folks, welcome back to Gaslit News. I used to always record on my laptop, and so it was a built-in camera here. It was really, really bad. So I'm used to looking here. So that's just where I'm going to be looking because I'm just used to it. Like a point of focus thing. If you podcast, you know what's up. Guys, how you been? How have you been? Shout out to Miriam if you're here. Thank you for being here, Miriam. I'm trying my best, and I just realized I was looking at because I have another channel that that's actually monetized. So I try to keep up with that for the sake of it being monetized, but people just seem to not really I figured that out. I was like a sneeze and a cough at the same time. Maybe I shouldn't edit it out. We're all human. So it seems like people really just, guys, it's very important that once you get in the algorithm for something on YouTube that you want to keep up with it, and it's something that you kind of want to do. And I was trying so hard to do that, and then, I just went down this little rabbit hole of YouTube of Blueface and Krishan, and it was literally a personal interest because I saw like a domestic violence situation happening that I thought was just going to get worse, and it did. But I thought it was going to, I just like, oh my gosh, I got to see what's going to go from here. Then I kind of got to know Krishan. I don't know, oh my gosh, I'm not getting used to looking right there, but that's so weird though. I think I should probably look right here because when I'm looking at the videos back, also I noticed that a lot of people don't seem to want to see me on camera. Everybody has their own little crowd, so thank you if you're here. This is like, yeah. But in any event, so it just became that I became interested with those two people. And plus, I don't feel comfortable looking down that little black hole. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of weird. Wrecking Ball USA. Wow. I'm going to have to change that headline. Because for what? Yeah, because I don't want to take that approach. How do I do that? Yeah. Real end times monsters. End times monsters. Because at first, and I probably just have to chop it up because I know I go from one thing to the other sometimes. It's kind of hard to stay, on track. It's, it's not a wonder why, but in any event. So at first I was going to do this. At first I was going to do this. I was just simply going to, how do I get this where I want it to be? All right. I was just going to go, September 7th, 2025. A lot of people saying August, September 7th, 2025. And it's in headlines. I was going to react to all the headlines that were going on. And then I'm actually not going to need my glasses now. That's why I didn't put them on. But, I guess for the sake of actually the fact that I'm on MSN, maybe, we'll just go ahead and see. Right? But just hang in there with me. So, they've got things like this high protein salad. Here's what a new gutter system should cost you. David Carradine's cause of death, enforcement, Trump nominee vows to punish Americans if confirmed in 10th Senate. I don't understand. Vows to punish Americans. Oh gosh, it's all he wants to do is punish Americans. Emma Hemming Willis shares how moving Bruce Willis to a serene home has brightened his world. This is all the things they want to show you when you go to your MSN dashboard and all this thing, right? And like I said, if you want, we can entertain one of those things. But this is what I found. And I usually don't entertain TikTok or anything, but I do entertain independent media. And I'm not one who likes to flatter themselves, so or takes pride in doing that kind of thing. So I wouldn't say that because people like, I am independent media, it's a YouTube channel. We're content creators. That's all I can really feel earnestly in my heart about it. In any event, I was over there on TikTok, and this is just horrific. I'm sorry that I'm stalling. I think I was trying to decide which one was I going to show you guys first. It's all pretty bad. This is the worst. The following content is of sensitive nature, but I still encourage for people of all ages to watch, because it is something that needs to be brought to the table and discussed with your children, especially your children that are sexually active, because if you are not 18 years of age, then you are a child. And so, yes, parental advisory suggested.
A mother in Georgia intentionally put 2 toddlers in an oven and baked them until they were fully cooked. Lamora Williams, 24. On October 12th, she called 911 and told the police that she had left 1-year-old Jack Carter and 2-year-old Kayanti Penn to be taken care of by a nanny for a day. After returning home, she found that they had died and the nanny was missing. At the same time, the children's father, Jameel Penn, also called the police, saying that Williams had made a video call to him and showed him live footage of the crime scene, including the lifeless children lying on the ground. After the emergency personnel arrived at the scene, they found that 2 toddlers were unresponsive and had serious burn marks on their bodies. They were declared dead on the spot. During the investigation, the police discovered that Williams was lying. She first blamed her sister and then claimed to have been instructed by her brother. Evidence confirms that she put the children in the oven for at least 45 minutes the night before calling 911. Williams's mother claimed that Williams suffered from mental illness for a long time and collapsed after breaking up with Penn. In court, Williams insisted on his innocence and refused to plead guilty. The final judge still convicted Williams of first-degree murder and sentenced her to life imprisonment without parole.
So, this isn't on MSN dashboard. Why isn't this on there? Why isn't this a thing on there? This should be on there. So one thing I can tell you from taking care of children that I noticed, and I hope I did put an advisory warning up here. Look, they couldn't even take it just to hear about it. They couldn't even take it to bystander. This child is small. And he is a small child, but he is small. So I'm curious as to know how old the children were, because signs of malnourishment. I don't know if they said it in this one. Oh, they do say it. And I was trying to see if I can get another picture of the boy. Does he look malnourished? He's got a blue shirt in that one. I can see his eyes, and you can see his cheekbone right there. The bones in the face is usually not a good sign. And then even in this picture, he has on, it looks like the same blue shirt. But this man has on a white shirt, so that's a different day. So the concern here is that the signs were there, and they definitely were. Even they say in the video that, right now, and I apologize because I should have asked, for you all to be strong. I did put the advisory on. Should have asked you all to be strong this moment, because what I was about to show you guys was going to be this kind of thing. But, I didn't know how to do it. I don't know how to do these things. I'm not a professional. And this is my first time dealing with this. I didn't want to deal with, certain things is really hard. And when you're not ready, you're not ready, And also, again, I don't like to Guys, my son bent these glasses up, these glasses. And you guys know, if you have to wear glasses, you know the glasses, number one, are cheap. And number two, you know, these aren't cheap. So I have children that have made it past this point in life. Praise Jesus Christ. I have my walk in life with Jesus Christ to share, and everything that entails. And then the discernment and the wisdom that I have is given to me as a gift from God, right? And it's helped me survive this long, and my children. So at this point, at this point I am stronger, and I am strong enough to discuss like stuff like this, but I'm not going to ever center a channel around one kind of heartbreak, one kind of issue, one kind of person. I'm not going to do that. And that is just the way that is in any event. So I'm going to move forward. I apologize and thank you for your patience with all this. I'm probably going to break this down into videos after I air the whole thing. And I am going to air this whole thing live. Yeah, and then I'll just break it down into videos. Hopefully I will break it down into videos. This is so much for me. So anyway, there's signs. The woman says that the girl broke down after the breakup. So then you take the children. A lot of us, again, I'm seeing that the child has on the same blue shirt in the photo, same blue shirt he has in a live video, but the man has on a different shirt. So it's a different day. So no one's paying attention to the upkeep of the child. This really kind of hurt me because I saw a man that was broken, very broken. He's broken and confused. He is broken. I can't make sense. And he's like messed. And that's another thing. I don't want to be stressed out every single week. And then it was like also all right, forget it. I don't want to talk about that situation. This is a man that's broken. The spirit is broken. I mean, this is horrific. You can't even imagine evil on this level. And she looks evil too. That's the thing I don't understand with people. And I think, well, the first part of it was we were taught not to judge a book by its cover, but how else would you judge a book? Doesn't make any sense. That in itself is a lie. Is a first lie. Well, that doesn't make any sense, because how do I know if I want to read this book? Something about this book has to interest me. If I'm going to just discern whether or not I want to read this book from the paragraph on the back, forgive me, I forgot what that was even called. That's so sad. But if I think about it, I'll know. I'll probably come to me. But the thing that tells you about the book. If I don't want to read, if I can't discern whether I want to read the book from that, it's gonna, then what are we doing here? I can't use that and the cover. It's kind of on the entire cover. The actual part of the book that tells you what it's about. That's the whole. You can take the whole cover off, and you'll take off that part that tells you what the book is about. You can still open it, and it'll be in there, like the prefix or whatever that case may be. But at the end of the day, come on with it. Use your discernment. A lot of times, people's demons shine through their soul. It shows up on their face, especially nowadays. Especially nowadays. And you're going to tell me this doesn't look like an evil woman or a woman that's disturbed? Yeah. I mean, because this is the day that she's getting, so she's already been in prison for what she's done, and this is the day where she's getting sentenced. And she's looking angry, as if someone did it to her children. It's the demon inside of her has completely taken over. So there's a channel, the Master's Voice Prophecy blog, that warns of a time like this where what would normally be other situations, they were going to be worse. They were going to be horrific. That the police officers were going to walk into situations that they never want to see again in their lives, like that they've never seen before, and that they can't even possibly even come back to the job because of. And I would imagine this would be one of them. I guess to hear it again, it just broke him all over again. And so I'm going back to say, just saying all that to say, you know, I don't understand, why isn't a story like that, you know, here? Why isn't it here? You know, it just would seem to me that something like that would be here. You know, our people are breaking. Our people are really breaking down. Um, we're being told about Russia unleashes strikes on Ukraine overnight. More Russia stuff. I saw him on CNN. Trump starts investigation into whistleblower and making him look bad. He's worrying about all the wrong things. Hooters waitress says uniform looks more classy and professional. All this is so funny. I used to, I actually was hired to work at Hooters, and I didn't make it out of the bathroom. And if they still look like this, then that doesn't look more classy to me. So this is what we got going on there. I want to take a look at that just because the simple fact that I did work for Hooters. It was for actually like a good almost a week for like the training. But again, I never meant, and I didn't have to wear the uniform in the training. I never made it out of the bathroom that day with the Hooters outfit on. And then I had the nerve to ask if I could keep the outfit. It was for later for me and my boyfriend at the time. And so, yeah, I just want to show him, you know, what I look like in it. But I got the job, so it doesn't make any sense. Of course, I looked cute enough to wear that thing, but I didn't think that, I felt naked. I legit felt naked. I'm so sorry. This is Gaslit News. I just go on and on, like, or thing to thing. So yeah, because, you know, that's kind of what we're doing. I'm just going to go. So right now is a time where we really need to be, oh God, Jesus, please forgive me. And as I don't, you never, and that's nothing, you don't ever want to use his name in vain. If the word Jesus Christ must escape your lips, let it follow up with a thank you, and or a bless you, and okay, I thank you is mostly what always comes natural to me, or forgive me, yeah, right afterward. Now is the time to really cleave to Jesus as his people. You know, we are his. And it is the only way that we will survive these times. So we must cleave to him with everything, with our entire hearts. Because without him, we are empty vessels. And then these demons that are vicious enough to cook your children can inhabit your body. I don't know what, and because that's exactly what had to have happened in her situation. And you know, and for the men, you know, please, this is not the time to, and women, this is not the time to gaslight or antagonize anyone. This is why I'm presenting the gaslit news to you. The news that's gaslighting to us, right? Because I think that it's a bit, now this was on breaking news on their news station, I guess, or maybe the TikToker made it like this, you know. But it's not on a world scale. It, you know, followed up with, hey, you know, guys are getting lost into this demonic, like it's time now. You know, it's all the oil that you've built up. It has to be, you know. And so while you still can salvage what you have and build more up, this is still available to us. And so we must read it and cleave to Jesus Christ. We have to. This is horrific. This is something that should be on the news everywhere, and it's not. And it's time to, like, if you have children with a woman and you know she's not handling the children, they're wearing the same clothes or they are malnourished, or you think she's crazy, she's calling you all the time, and all this time she's really supposed to be with the children, get your kids, talk to your family. You're already a man that cares. You never know the support that you have around you. It's time for everyone to get out of trying to be like the next person, wanting what the next person has. You know, it's time to honestly want your salvation, because you don't even know what your next moment looks like. Like, if there are children that can wake up a day and have their day end at the hand of their own mother, and in such a horrific way, you absolutely don't know. You absolutely can't plan anything. And so it is time to cleave to the one that has already given his life for you, because the devil is coming to collect. And so again, I would encourage people to check out the Message Voice Prophecy blog, because it is essential to your survival right now and to your soul. He has sent this prophet to help us understand him and his tone right now. And also, she only encourages you to read the Bible and to repent. And that is literally, that's what Jesus is about. I mean, he gave his life for us to repent and for our sins to be forgiven by way of the blood that he's given, that he shed. And so, all right, guys, thank you so much for, listening. It's very important. And it's hard to talk about what really matters when you know that people, for the most part, already don't care. It can be disheartening when to know that people don't care about that, to see that YouTube doesn't push the video when you put Jesus' name in it or God in it. It's terrible. But I'm going to be brave, and I'm just going to do what feels right to do. And so, yeah, I do want to move on. And again, because we are talking about MSN, and I'm actually not going to be going through their whole little thing of what they got going on in the news, I figured I might as well actually entertain one of the articles they do have up here that got 570 likes. I won't get 570 likes on this video. Can we try to get 570 likes on this video, guys? That would be cool. That probably would be cool. For some reason, we're not able to hear it. And then I'm like,
from guidelines and everything like that. Honestly, nothing really came as a surprise to me. So part of the interview process and orientation, for your second interview, when you come in, you actually try on the uniform, and make sure everything's good and then you're comfortable in it. And then we have a poster up in the back that has the uniform guidelines and everything like that. Honestly, nothing really came as a surprise to me. This is kind of what I expected. I do like the uniform, and a lot of the people that I work with don't like that, you can't have the colorful nails and you can't have the tattoo showing and everything like that. But honestly, I think it makes it a little bit more professional, because if you were to work a professional, real businessy job or whatever, you wouldn't be having your tattoos out or having super long, bright red nails anyways. So I think it kind of sets you up for success anyways. And I think everything's covered, nothing's out. It doesn't need to be out. And I think you look more classy and professional, I feel, with our uniform.
Is she serious? There's no way she's serious. And that's why they have her sitting down. There's no way she's serious. Okay, first of all, they must have changed things. First of all, that's not how it always was. Because literally, I was just saying, and this is the complete truth. Is my mic? Okay. Literally, I was just saying, and this is the complete truth, that first of all, I worked there for a week. So, and I got a paycheck from Hooters and everything, and I did not wear that uniform. I didn't have to wear that uniform until the end of the week. So they must have changed that, or things are different in where I am and then they're in Florida. But this was like 20 plus years ago. Okay, literally, it was literally 20. I'll say 20 years ago. It wasn't even 20 years ago. It's been 20 years ago. I think it's been 20 years ago. Wow. Stop making those lines. And so in any event, I went through the whole week. I got a paycheck from Hooters, one paycheck. At the end of the week, that's when they wanted me to put on that uniform. So yeah, they probably changed because girls will wind up walking away with the uniform. They were losing the uniforms, but they actually took it out of my paycheck. So that was fine. And I got to keep the uniform because it was, like I said, it was something more that I wanted to wear in the like bedroom with my man. It wasn't something that I found appropriate to even wear while people were eating. I don't want to roll up on somebody's. First of all, let me tell you something about these Hooters uniforms. You see how our boobs are showing? It's not even that she wants it to be. It has to be. That's how the uniform is. It's cut low like that. They know that these shorts, you cannot pull them down. And if you're a brown girl and you have arse, your arse is going to be hanging out them shorts. The only reason why I got the job is because I'm small built, and I was younger then. It was 20 years ago. I was like more Barbie built. I ain't getting there with this earth now, and they know it. And I was too shy to even leave out of the bathroom, like I said, because that. So what are you talking about? So what they want to see is your thighs all the way up. They don't expect you to have like a big. So it's just like maybe you guys have better ways of saying things and put it in the comments, but it's like an old school image of a white woman. That's what they want you to look like. It's not a lot of makeup. It's a very clean look. It's like. But then you're still half naked. The only thing that's really covering you is your midsection, which you flip this down, your boobs are out, and then you move that to the side. Come on, man. Like, get out of here. You're still selling a fantasy like a strip club. And then you're doing it while people are eating. And it's not like you're only doing it when you agree to be a server and wear that outfit. In my spirit, I just could not do that. And that is so weird how she then goes on to say, and then this is how you create like this mind brainwashing crap where she's now standing up for her aggressor, her freaking whatever you want to call it. Because at the end of the day, this is insanely, the only reason why people won't call it like demeaning full on is because it's like the woman is agreeing to it. And she's getting paid. It's a job. Get out of here. Then they're saying you can't have self-expression. Only you can only express the things that the Lord gave you. These boobs that He told you to have covered up. But we need to see those, and we need to have thighs hanging out. Do you know how cold? First of all, that was another issue. When I put the outfit on, I had 5 to 6 Hooters girls come in that bathroom with me that day. And that's another thing I want to talk about. No one's ever going to be able to call that out or remember. They're not going to remember because that's how a revolving door they treat the girls. Could you think that it's somebody that works at Hooters today, 20 years later, that was there with me in that bathroom that day? Their bodies, girls that look like this that they want to see, their skin doesn't outlast 20 years. Their body doesn't outlast 20 years being a waitress. Period. Then on top of it being a waitress that they want to look like that, 20 years you're going to have children and look like that. I look better now that I've had my children in 20 years. They probably would still hire me, but maybe because of that earth, maybe not. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. So like I'm saying, she's just standing up for her. This is like Stockholm Syndrome or something similar. You guys put it down in the comments. I think it's just total crap. It makes no sense. Professional nails. Get out of here. Look, so it's cold in there. That's another reason why I didn't leave the bathroom. So your nipples get hard when it's cold. That's inappropriate. Like Hooters has become like a family restaurant. Like they let you, like anybody can come to Hooters. It's not a gentleman's club. So there's like 5 or 6 girls coming in there because they were like, because they started to, I think it struck a nerve in them, and it actually got management upset because I trained there and they liked me, you know, and they were like, oh, you're pretty, oh, you're this, you're that. And then some girls didn't, some girls were nasty, but their whole thing was just like, you think you are, oh yeah, oh you're crying, oh you're sad, oh you want to come out, oh we're gonna get her out, we're gonna get her out here. It's like the demons inside of them wanted to get me out on the floor even more. So I had like 5 or 6 Hooters girls in there. Things were getting backed up out there. People were like, what's going on in this bathroom? They were so sweet. And like I said, the ones that weren't sweet, they were still in there. So this girl is delusional, and I'm just curious to know because I'm airing this live and I don't know, and I am going to be in the chat, so hopefully you guys will let me know then. So I'm curious to know what people have to say, but like my channels get suppressed by YouTube, and it's like they know it's me, right? Doesn't matter if it's Princess Life Radio, Gaslit News, it doesn't matter. They know it's me. They suppress my ish, and I have proof. I have a tegabyte full of proof, and you know, YouTube knows. I have all those chat things recorded. Like they know with everything I sent. Oh, they know what they're doing and they don't care. So in any event, so I encourage you to like this video. And that's another thing I used to forget to say. Please like the video, share the video, engage. That's why I'm so grateful to Miriam because you know what? She comments on all the videos she likes to comment, which is most of them. So I'm very grateful for Miriam because she knows that engagement matters. Hi, Miriam. So, hi, subscribe and all. So yeah, I just want to check out what these people have to say. And guys, I decided to do
process and orientation
silver today because I thought it was going better than white because I'm always wearing gold. And then my wedding ring is gold. That's not ever going to change, but I want to check it out. So I got. Compared to what kids wear these days, that uniform is downright conservative and borderline classy. Yeah, nowadays, but we're not comparing ourselves to kids nowadays. We're being the best human beings that we can be. You get a dislike. There's nothing classy about Hooters, not the name, not the outfits, not the concept. Boom. See, this is sad. Look at this. Look at how oh my gosh. So look at the state of morality now. Look at how it's gone down. Always got a bad rap from minds that live in a gutter. Hooters was and is a basic business concept. Those who degrade the establishment for being anything but a bar grill, goodbye. You're and this is the person who can never get a job there. I got hired there, and that outfit made me feel uncomfortable. Your titties are out. Your breasts are out. And you feel comfortable wearing stuff like that, it's just in your spirit, it's yucky. That says a lot about you. It just does. I never cared much for Hooters. The noise level in the restaurant was distracting from the experience. Right, distracting from the boobs I'm looking at. The one Hooters I liked was at the OBX in North Carolina, and the waitresses were not only beautiful, but friendly. And they had earths. Love joking with the waitresses. Oh, because in the other ones, the like the girls that I you know, they were like Hasidity, and they just got these boobs and all this makeup, and then they, you know, and they say, and they're looking like how she is, like, you know, not really laughing at your jokes, but he's looking at you like, you know, are you gonna tip me because I got these big boobs or what? Like it's just, I don't get it. Whatever. The average American beach has more exposure than a Hooters restaurant. Who cares? You sound like an idiot, and you sound like, and they're gonna get, you sound like an idiot, and who cares? Because at the end of the day, you go to the beach to be naked. You're getting in the water. You're not, girl, bye. Done with that. So anyway, like I'm saying, crap like that is on MSN for you to debate about and talk about. Morality is clearly going down, but when they have real issues like what I just showed you, no, it doesn't belong on the thing. Okay, enough. Guys, I need to talk about something else before we get out of here. And I know we're going to be in for 40. I legit can, you know, I legit can go. Like, you know, unfortunately talk a lot. And I mean, this is the only space where it is appropriate is YouTube. Again, I just don't have the time. And, you know, because I'm homeschooling my son and I'm praying that things will get better. Because the sad part is he needs to be around other children. You know that these children learn the best way that way. It's just that he needs a safe education. And the school system were proposing that he goes to and thinking that they were going to force him to go to is way too far away. And his father and I, my husband, we're not going for that. So guys, and in Jesus' name, Jesus isn't going for it. So that's the main thing. Jesus isn't going for it. And so, you know, soon enough, I will be here to do more Gaslit news. Be on time for the weekly videos, if nothing else, in Jesus' name. All right. Garth Brooks. Guys, did you guys hear about this about Garth Brooks? Because chat, wait a minute. And hopefully you guys heard all that other stuff. Like when I was sharing the I'm gonna make sure this is turned up.
What in the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes is going on with you, Garth? It's in the eyes for me. I woke up this morning and saw a podcast. Oh my goodness, I'm going to show it to you.
The Garth videos made it all the way to last week tonight, the John Oliver show. I just like that it's broad.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, we broke the story on Your Mom's House ages ago when he first came to Facebook, and he was like, this is slick stuff, neat stuff. I get to break down the walls. We're like, what is wrong with this guy? So we've been pushing the story, and it's about time HBO has picked it up as well.
And then the next step, I think, for all of us is probably 60 Minutes. Once they do a piece on then it's game over.
Then we're finding bodies.
Then when the task force is on the property and they got cadaver dogs, they're like, holy shit.
This is for entertainment and educational purposes, only TikTok. So apparently they're all saying that his tour dates line up with missing persons. Now, I'm not saying that I believe it or I disbelieve it, but at this point, with what we know about the music industry and Hollywood, I would say that nothing is out of the realm of possibility. They said...
So this is not the first time I heard about this Garth Brooks thing. I'm just finally getting to you guys about it. There's going to be a podcast coming up where this gentleman talks about it, and I saw, oh my gosh, and this stuff is so stressful, guys. We're in the end times, and you have got to just... Like, this is another reason why, like, you have to understand how much our God loves us, right? Because when you are able to center yourself in the love of Jesus Christ and the peace that he brings you, you have to be able to do it because you don't want those lines. Oh my gosh. Garth Brooks is a serial killer. I saw another podcast, and again, I just didn't have time to bring it to you guys' attention. And this is, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing. Listen, let me just reword it then. I don't know. I don't have an opinion. It looks like he's a serial killer. I'm going to show you guys another podcast that's going to come up with a man that's been talking about it for a very long time. And he looks psycho.
Somebody even showed up at the concerts, like more than one person with signs that said, "Where are they, Garth?"
Wow. That a serial killer is finding it in their heart to say karma for the other person. Like, this man has, I mean, people are saying this man is responsible for hundreds of missing people, and he's gonna...
Does he not look like the devil to you all? What's wrong, guys? Sometimes it's just in front of your face. You guys will look at the devil and say, oh, what a beautiful man. I love him. And you'll look at Jesus and spit on him. And I rebuke that in his mighty holy name and through Jesus Christ's blood. Well, I guess you guys already did it.
We'll say that it's karma.
Well, yeah, somebody mashed up. I saw something where they mashed up like tour dates with missing people.
That's the whole, like, that's the premise of this idea. Like, people are like saying that I'm, like, trolling the guy.
So my question to you is, do you think it's possible? Number 1, Garth Brooks' creepy hit That Summer would never get released today. Brooks has a discography that could rival just about anybody in country music. One of the best-selling musicians of all time, the man is still selling out stadiums across the country and even stadiums across the pond. And one of his biggest hits is a song called That Summer, released in 1993. It was the 4th and final single from his album, The Chase. The song was written by Garth Brooks himself, Pat Alger, and Brooks' wife at the time, Sandy Moss.
So notice how it's called The Chase, and they were saying that Garth Brooks has this like gargantuan farm, right? And it's not just that the bodies are underneath, they're on top at first, right? And I just think that he captures them and murders them. I think he lets them loose on his farm and chases them down and kills them. And I think that it's more than him, because he is in that industry. I think people come to his place to chase down people and kill them because they enjoy it for sport, and I believe he does. And I believe that it's just like how they were doing with Epstein. Like, some of them enjoy all this kind of sex, horrific things to do to women and children and men, and so they have a place to go and do that there. That was Epstein's place. And I think that Garth Brooks Ranch is a place where they go and they actually hunt human beings. And because it's more than people in the industry, it's probably people in politics, just like with Epstein. This is just this is the real life monsters of the end times.
The song tells the story of a teenage boy that goes to work for a lonely old woman who is a widow. She starts getting all hot and bothered, puts on a dress, and essentially seduces the kid who is a smurgeon. And now that I've been looking through some of his songs and the lyrics, I'm a little bit creeped out. We were all fast asleep back in the day. So first question, do you think this is possible? And do you know any other details? What in the thunder rolls and the...
What in the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes? She said, what in the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes? Oh, my stomach is hurting. I need to go back in. God, you got to be done. This is horrific. So, let me know if you know anything about that. And so then there is Garth's response. So this really goes on and on and on about Garth Brooks. There's like all kind of like, it just looks like it's like the lady said, they're gonna wind up finding the bodies when they just get a warrant to search that property. And it's so sad because they're victims. They're people that are gone.
Garth stated, for the last 2 months I've been...
So this is Garth Brooks' response. This is recent. I just got this. This is recent. It's like yesterday or the day before.
Hassled to no end with threats, lies, and tragic...
Sorry. It literally is right there. This is recent. This is August 8th, 2025.
Tragic tales of what my future would be if I did not write a check for many millions of dollars, saying that it's been like having a loaded waved in your face. He went on to say hush money, no matter how much or how little, is still hush money. Garth said, in my mind, that means I'm admitting to behavior I'm incapable of, ugly acts no human should ever do to another. He then went on to say, we filed suit against this person nearly a month ago to speak out against extortion and defamation of character. We filed it anonymously for the sake of the families on both sides. We do know now that Garth went to federal court in the recent weeks in Mississippi under the cloak of John Doe. He was trying to stop what he is calling a fabricated lawsuit. Garth claimed that if the allegations were known by the public, it would cause substantial and irreparable damages. I'll keep you updated as the story unfolds. Garth Brooks has released a statement after the allegations. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my last video. Garth stated, for the last 2 months I've been hassled.
So it sounds like, he's denying it, but he's going to pay the money anyway. No, you're not going to pay the money. You're not going to pay the money. He doesn't want to go through the legal. Oh my God. He doesn't want to be proven guilty. Because if you're innocent, then why would you pay money? And $1 million is a lot of money. And it's really sad that that's all these people are asking for their loved ones. This is disgusting. Guys, you guys got to be careful too. You guys got to be careful. You got to discern the wickedness behind the smiles, guys. You got to discern, because sometimes it could be your own family. You know, I was just on here, my last video was a YouTuber news talking about fucking Dineva. Oh, and guys, take a look out for this channel. I'm going to separate these channels. I'm going to have to do that again because I feel like looking at the analytics that YouTuber News is driving Gaslit News for here. And so I'm going to move the actual news stuff like this over to Gaslit. That's something that's started over there. And I have nothing over there. And so, you know, maybe I'll just put clips of, oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I just thought of that. But you can't have duplicate YouTube. Like, YouTube can take your channel down if you have channels with duplicate content. So that's something I have to work on. And maybe I can just put clips over there that will lead to videos here. I think that would work. Yeah, like the best clip. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that because I remember somebody was saying, like, a really successful YouTuber was saying that when you start your channel, to be successful and to get monetized within like a couple of weeks, you don't want to post any shorts. You want to post a couple of videos a day, like back to back for the first couple of days. And yeah, so that's a little YouTube tip thing. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. I have to separate this channel, and YouTuber News has completely taken it over. So Gaslit News is going to be more like YouTuber News. I'm probably going to change the handle here and everything. And I don't know. I like Gaslit News though, the name for this channel, and then having YouTuber News here, and yeah, and just Gaslit for the actual news. All right, and the clips that works. So. And any of it, yeah, I just wanted to, so that's like a channel announcement. So yeah, I'm gonna separate these clips. My family just came in, so I'm definitely gonna have to be wrapping this up soon. Oh, so this is something else I have to show you guys. Oh my gosh. So first of all, can we just take a look at how crazy, and I was actually just here. We cannot play. Just look at how crazy his eyes look. We can't play the sound, we don't need to. This man looks absolutely psychotic. You can tell me this man is normal. What's wrong with people? And if you look at what he's saying, sometimes late night I watch her sleep, and look at this. Look at this. You know how sometimes people can look crazy, but then their looks go back to like settled, you know? This is crazy, creepy, in outer space, wherever that. I think this man has always been killing people. I think he's always been a serial killer. This is horrific. This is horrific. And I mean, just leave it to that whole group of people to make a murderer famous. That's insane. That is insane. So check this out. There was another situation. Check this out. Look at that. He has an issue. Garth goes up on stage. I gotta stop making those lines. Garth goes up on stage because of an issue with his bandmate. The time Garth Brooks had a band member unalived on stage, so he died? I don't know if he died. But why would they use the word unalived? Look at this. Look at this. Look. Does he not look like Satan? Look, like Satan drives his entire being. Look at this. And now he's looking like, is there a problem now? Look at this. This is crazy. So this was like an on-stage sacrifice he just done right then. And this is horrific. So I think I wanted to read the comments now. This is crazy. This man has always been killing people. Look at this. He is a great singer, but not a very good person, you think? As soon as he got famous, who left his wife, then he goes on an interview. The guy asked him if he was in the movies, who would Garth Brooks want to play? Garth Brooks said he wanted to play someone that is a killer. So I believe he is telling. I mean, all the killings supposedly line up with all the dates of his tours. But before I go just saying he is a serial killer, I've not done their research on all of it. I just heard, so I mean, I believe he's a killer. But that's my opinion. But I can't go say, so I had to click more. But I can't go saying he's a serial killer. I haven't done the research on it. That's the problem with the internet. Nobody does research, and they just hear things, and then they gossip from what the other person said, and then another person says what that person said. It's just more. Wow. Yeah. It's just crazy. I have no idea if he is, but I believe that he is a killer. Yeah. And like, wait, this is not about, I don't give a damn. I heard that the tour dates line up. There's no such thing as coincidence. I already know that through my walk in life, but I looked at this man in his eyes. This man does not look like he's possessed with the devil. You must be crazy. Not only that, we just heard that in his response, he's willing to pay millions of dollars for things that are horrific, that no one could even dream of a human being doing. He didn't say that he couldn't dream of doing. He said he's being forced to pay money for things that no human being could dream of doing. So why are you paying the money if you're innocent? He's paying the money because he doesn't want to go through due process, which would then prove he's guilty. Now that is my opinion and my observation. Wow, he looked wicked, someone says. No, but Chris Gaines is definitely a serial killer. Sniper Boy says. Lots of people go missing around his properties. No coincidence. DCP 928, the 3rd% says. Sean Newless says, compare his tour stops and murders and you start to wonder. Good Time says, those eyes, if they could tell tales. Right. It's like the devil lives inside on the other side. Just like all the bodies washing up by Taylor Swift's property. And this is where the video ends, because then I go on to see what is up with that Taylor Swift stuff. That's crazy. All right, guys. So like I said, I don't want to keep you guys here all day. I try to be respectful of you guys' time. Don't forget to hit the bell and check out Gaslit. I think I may continue the Gaslit news over there now. Because like I said, I feel like YouTuber news has kind of overpowered this channel, which is fine. We'll just try to get with that as much. It's going to take even longer for me to bring content because I told you guys, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not going to keep focusing on like these people. Like, that's just ridiculous. So if something happens and it comes up and it's so, if you want me to do YouTuber news more often, then make it come across my desk. Okay? Email me at onegaslitnews@gmail.com, or drop it down in the comments of one of these videos. It doesn't even matter. I'll get it about whatever's happening in that world. And I'll do a video about it. It's fine. Other than that, if I doesn't, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It'll just be sporadic. All right, guys. I want to thank you for sporadically stopping by. Don't forget to share this video and consider subscribing to the channel and Gaslit for all of the Gaslit news moving forward. Yeah, because that's where I'm going to put that Taylor Swift stuff. I have a video now, but I got to go. So I'll see you next time.